trip to Cairo, where Cecil Rhodes is weeping under every concession stand for Leander Jameson's last nose. I confessed, I told him Lima knew. Well, he looked me down from his gun and said, for your sake, it's necessary this be true. Hey, to 666 Fifth Avenue, where Nero hides his embassy, under the light of Cushion's torches, a white dawn insurgency, just innovations on old American sympathies. Hey, well, he tied me to the cross and said, hey, quit screaming now, it's necessary to be still. Thanks, y'all. That was necessary to be good. Heavenly Father, for your absence tonight. Father, for this ancient furniture on which I do receive a certain satisfaction from injustice in daily operation, and confirms that within 14 billion light years there is no one with Father, for endowing me with such faculty for objectivity, by which I meet so many people I need to teach your lessons to. But this world just doesn't believe in our plans for their partridge festival. Julie.
Follow your dreams, as they say.
Hi, I'm Mike Miller. I hope you're having a great day. Thanks so much for watching The Other Side. My guests today are some very talented guys that have Americana music down with a lot of different elements involved, and I'm really glad to have Doug Anderson and Trace Bevins. How y'all doing today?
Good.
Great.
Nice to be here.
So you guys have been playing music a while, and what was you started off on guitar and then...
Yeah, I started off actually on harmonica.
Harmonica.
Yeah, back
okay.
in 1967.
Really? Yeah.
Somewhere in there.
Yeah.
And then went to guitar, and then I play a little bit of punkabilly banjo on occasion, a little bit of keyboard on occasion.
Keyboard, yeah.
Yeah. And Trace is a professional, though. I'm sort of a...
Well,
I've been doing it a long time, but...
I don't know if I'd say that, but
Well,
I played for a while on the Texas country circuit. It's kind of funny. I got into country music almost by accident, you know.
Really, yeah.
Started playing when I was a kid, playing guitar. You know, they had me in a classical lesson, hated it. Did rock and roll through high school, played in some metal bands.
Oh, really, yeah.
And then went back to classical for several years because my old man was like, well, you have to get a degree in something. And then, you know, that wasn't working out so hot, and I started jamming with these country guys. Just, you know, my old man dragged me out there. I'm like, I don't want to. But I had fun, and I kept coming back, and then people started calling me for gigs.
That's good.
You know, spent 5 or 6 years playing on the road with different local bands here.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
and we met at an open mic. I was starting to play an old blues tune, and he started playing lead, and so
really?
we put on a little show, and since then we've been kind of working together with the third member of our band, Stefan Benedetti, and who's working today. But we have it's an interesting mix of blues, jazz, country, rock, folk.
He's very good. I've heard him play.
Yeah, Stefan is real talented.
Yeah.
Real talented guitar player.
He studied classical, hasn't he? Jazz.
He studied actually trombone jazz here at UNT.
Really, yeah.
And
he knows a lot of chords on guitar.
yes, he does.
Yes.
So it gives us a nice mix of sounds. We get the kind of country rock from this side and the jazzy from Stefan, and I'm in the middle playing old folk stuff. So.
When did you guys actually get started, though?
What was it, last spring or was it summer?
I would say it was probably, I think I ran into you sometime last spring semester.
Yeah.
Because I remember, it was towards the end of spring semester, actually.
Yeah.
I know this because I was at Craft House doing homework, and the guy before you was doing like some kind of whacked out noise band thing.
Okay.
Playing like it was funny, you know, he was playing like a first act guitar, and I know his amp was fine, but there was something wrong with that guitar. It was making this distortion I have never heard before. And then, you know, Moose gets up and starts tuning, and I'm like, oh, someone to play with.
So we've just been jamming since then, and then, you know, we started playing out towards the end of the summer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like your website. You have a lot of good information out there. And
Yeah, you know, I put that up a few years ago. I just leave it there. You know, it's my alter ego playing music, so I leave that there. If people want to find the music, they can go and look at it.
you have 3 albums.
Yeah,
now.
three albums, 3 CDs out.
Each one has a lot of songs.
Yeah, I tend to write too many.
That's good, though. People really get a lot of music when they...
Yeah, well, they get your money's worth in quantity. I don't know about quality. But I've been fortunate to have a lot of good friends who are outstanding musicians to help out on them. So.
There's nothing wrong with that.
No, it's been good.
It's like all those early Neil Young albums. You know, it had so many people on those
Yeah,
albums.
Neil Young, Bonnie Raitt. I mean, the people I grew up watching would often do that way. I remember seeing Bonnie Raitt in Boston at Pat Seams, and just great guitar players and bass players would walk in on stage and start playing with her. So I got the idea for just whenever I find good musicians, just trying to play music together.
And you were saying you worked on the East Coast?
Yeah, I lived in New Hampshire,
New Hampshire.
for most of my life. Yeah.
Really? Yeah.
Which is, hour and a half from Boston, so it's not very far.
And close to New York too.
Yeah, actually, it's 3 hours from New York. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You played in cafes and places up there.
Yeah, lots of, in the old days it was coffee houses.
Coffee houses.
And there was a whole circuit of coffee houses in New England, from upstate New York with Cafe Lena and Saratoga and Lively Lucy's, and then down to Cape Cod. We go down and play there quite a bit.
And you've been touring in Illinois the last year or so.
I lived in Illinois for the last 12 years prior to coming here a year ago.
Yeah.
And I played with my son there as a duo. We had a band, the Bone Dry River Band, and then I had a number of other young people who would sit in with me. So I was playing 2-3 nights a week because we have a big wine trail in Illinois.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Yeah, so it wasn't so much touring. I mean, we did some of that too over to Kansas City and up in Iowa, but most of it was just playing the local circuit.
Local circuit there. And there are a couple of colleges in that area, aren't there?
Well, Southern Illinois University
Southern
is the main university college in Southern Illinois, but there are a number of other smaller ones down there too.
Yeah. It seems like I've heard of them over the years.
Yeah. It's a very interesting place because nobody knows it's there. It's very rural, very beautiful.
Is farming still a big thing around there?
Yeah, farming from Carbondale north, which is all the flatlands. From Carbondale south, you're in the hills of the Ozarks, the foothills of the Ozarks. So there's farming, a lot of orchards. And soybeans and corn, but less farming the further you go south because it gets too hilly.
Too hilly, yeah. Granite City, was that named because of mining or anything like that?
I don't know. It's a whole coal mining area.
Is it? Yeah.
Yeah, all of Southern Illinois, but it's soft coal, so it's not as useful as it once was.
Oh, yeah. Like, who are some of your favorite local musicians at this time?
Here or up there?
Up around here.
Well, I like Caleb Coonrod. I like Matt Grimsby. The Tallgrass Gang. All the local songwriters I've met have been a lot of fun.
You've been pretty active at a lot of these open mics.
Yeah,
and
when I was, as I said, playing 2 and 3 nights a week for money up in Illinois, and down here I've sort of had to focus on my work, and so we do a little bit of playing out, but mostly I've been go to open mics or
the Andy's
jam sessions or so
songwriter
forth.
in the round.
Yeah, a lot of those things.
Yeah.
Which is why I met him, and initially I met Stefan out at Audacity.
Audacity, yeah. So you've also been involved with some book publications that's Too Big to Dance? Too
Big to Dance is a children's book I wrote with my sister some years ago.
Yeah.
She's a graphic designer and has written a lot of children's books. And so you have Bruce Springsteen in Philosophy, which I co-edited and contributed a couple essays to, and Jimmy Buffett and Bob Dylan in Philosophy. I have the first essay there. So I've done a lot of pop culture.
That's great.
Writing, yeah.
So you wrote what was your role with that one with Bruce Springsteen?
I was co-editor of the volume, and then I wrote 2 articles, 2 of the chapters in the book. This person in philosophy topic has been going on for 15, 20 years. So there's a whole series of them.
And something about the edge of darkness?
Yeah, that's the title of it.
It's
From Darkness at the Edge of Town.
At the Edge of Town,
But the title of the book is Edge of Darkness.
It's something about his life experiences?
Yeah, mostly what it is philosophers writing about his lyrics and his music and the kind of the meanings they find.
The meanings in his lyrics. That makes sense, Well, that's very cool.
It is a lot of fun,
And the Bob Dylan, what was that?
Bob Dylan in Philosophy is the same. I didn't edit that one, but I have the first essay in there.
Oh, really?
It's about the album Planet Waves, looking at Plato's Symposium and Planet Waves, the album, and they're both documents about love or the nature of love. So I compared those two. Yeah.
And philosophy is something you've been interested in for a long time.
Philosophy is what I do to make money. And I've been doing it for
You're a professor,
30-some years.
Chairperson here at UNT.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah, I enjoy the philosophy, but I try to keep the music compartmentalized a little bit. So.
And the study of culture has been fascinating to you.
The study of pop culture I've been doing because
Americana.
for me, Americana philosophy, basically. Yeah.
I'd like to learn more about that.
Well, I get to write about Tammy Wynette and George Jones and Neil Young and and Graham Parsons. So it's been a lot of fun.
He had kind of an interesting life, Graham Parsons.
Graham Parsons